Hi, my name is Kim Bjorklund and I am a counselor for BOCES EAP. We designed this webinar to provide you with strategies that will assist you in creating calm, structured environments in the midst of chaos and uncertainty. Structure helps you stay focused so you can get things done. When there is a lack of structure, it can make us feel unmotivated and distracted. This can lead to scrambling to try to complete all of the tasks we need to accomplish at the very last moment. Studies have shown that children thrive when there is structure within their home. Structure creates a sense of stability and provides balance. Structure is only part of the puzzle. Consistency also needs to be in place for children. Consistency allows children to be able to predict how their parents are going to act in various situations. It also sets expectations that children can count on. An example of this could be a child knowing they have to get ready for bed at a certain time each night. We are currently living in very uncertain times. This uncertainty can cause upset and fear in children, especially young children. Because there are going to be hard days when nothing goes according to plan, knowing how to handle them makes a tremendous difference. There are many ways to create structure and consistency with children. One of the easiest ways is by creating a schedule. It is a great way to keep a routine and provide continuity to your day. When creating the schedule, you need to be realistic about what must get done and what can be left off. You should consider pairing things up that go together and try to include time for family activities, physical activity, and rest for each person in your household every day. So let's talk about things you may want to consider before making a schedule for your family. Because we are all at home now and parents are juggling work and home life under the same roof in some circumstances, you may want to consider asking yourself a few of these questions. The first one being, how many hours do you need to complete your work for the day? When will you need to work? Is it possible to work with your children underfoot? What goals do you have for your children during this time? And how will you balance the time for your work and your children's schoolwork or summer activities to create a calm atmosphere? How do I start creating a schedule for my family? This is a really good question. And we first must assess our own individual family needs. Once you do that, then you'll be able to utilize some of the ideas and tips that we have in this presentation to assist you. We are asking that you take the ideas and tips you believe will work for your family and leave the ones that don't. Okay, so let's create a schedule together. Breaking a schedule down into chunks of time make it manageable for family members. Within those chunks of time, there should be time set aside for physical activity throughout the day. It is important to be able to get up and move. It provides children and adults the chance to recharge their batteries and give them the needed energy to get through the rest of their day. You also want to ensure that the schedule has things in it that you are positive your children enjoy doing. And having a list of those activities to choose from is helpful in case one activity doesn't work out, or if what you planned out doesn't last as long, or the kids don't enjoy it. Other things you may want to consider when creating a schedule are having a weekday versus a weekend schedule. Our weekends tend to be less packed with things to do, so we can be more flexible with when things need to occur. Having a structured wake up and bedtime is very important, especially during the weekdays. This is the time when children typically go to school, and so if they're not used to a wake up time and a bedtime, it can cause a lot of problems when they do go back to school every single day of the week. And you should attempt to work in a set time for meals and for free play. This is so that those chunks of time are clear to everyone in the household. Children need to understand why they are home instead of being at school or at camp or on a planned vacation, so they understand the need for a daily routine. And it's useful to let them help in the creation of the schedule, so they feel included in the process and that their opinion is valued. Younger children typically do well with 20-minute chunks of time on a specific task and then a 10-minute break. But you would use this at your discretion based on what you have assessed for your family. And you could really utilize a timer in this particular situation, especially for children that have difficulties with attention. Using a timer allows children to see and hear a beginning and an end. This really does help in the transitions of your schedule throughout the day. For older children and teens, they may be able to focus on assignments or tasks for longer stretches of time and take breaks in between. So when they're in school or doing school-related subjects, it might be taking a break between subjects. If it's tasks that you're asking them to do at home, it may be at the completion of that task. You need to ensure that you, as the parent, if you're working, include those work hours as well, so your children know when the workday is done. Having dinner together as a family so you have time to discuss the day is key. So whenever that is something that you can work into your schedule, it's a really good idea to utilize that time. Because even though children are not necessarily going to school or going to camp, it doesn't mean that there's not things about their day that they want to share with you. And have some fun, have some family time in the evening, play games, watch a movie, go for a bike ride. This really helps keep the family connected. And again, keeping a normal bedtime routine during the week ensures everyone is getting enough sleep. And when children get enough sleep, they are usually better behaved. So let's take a look at a sample schedule. This schedule is designed for a younger child. It breaks things down from wake up and eating breakfast and getting dressed to free screen time at the end of the day. In between, there's time for physical activity, there's time for specific tasks, games, or things that they can do. There's specific time for things that are on the quiet side, like reading. Then there is time also in there for chores, cleaning up, learning responsibility. These are all big pieces of the family dynamic and the family puzzle. These schedules can also be adapted for children with learning disabilities or communication disabilities, as shown in the use of this PECS schedule. So this is a picture exchange communication system that children that have communicating issues can utilize. And they can pull the picture off and know that that's the next thing they have to do. As you can see in the picture, there's brushing teeth, getting dressed, eating breakfast. So this also keeps a routine for children that really, really thrive on structure. So there may be some concerns that you have. The first one being extra screen time. Extra screen time is something many parents and educators are concerned about. And depending on the needs of your family, you will have to determine limits and the use of screen time and social media. You can do this by creating set amounts of time for screen time within your schedule. The same would be true for social media. Or you can offer it as a reward for good behavior. Try and use screen time for the good things that technology can give us. It's a great place to find great storytelling, educational great games, learning and creating through the arts. So if you are concerned about screen time and social media, make part of that time things that can actually add to your child's life. And what if I don't get everything done? What am I going to do? Well, you need to give yourself a little bit of a break because you're not going to get everything done each and every day. Some days you're going to get everything done with time to spare. And some days you're going to get the bare minimum done, and that has to be okay too. Regroup and start again the next day. A few things to remember. We are all in this together. So please do not expect to be perfect. Bad days are going to happen. So we need to just roll with it. Forgive ourselves if we don't stick to exactly what we said we were going to say or do, and move forward. The other thing that is really important to remember is self-care. And self-care is necessary. If you, as the adult in your home or as the educator or whatever role you play, don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. So please make sure you carve out 20, 30 minutes a day for yourself to read, take a walk, meditate, take a power nap, journal. All of these things give us a feeling of calm and a way to reboot, a way to revitalize ourselves. So please take the time to take care of yourself. And finally, we wanted to give you a few resources that you can utilize to find all the things that we were talking about: games, ways to advance learning for your children, how to engage children when you're using social media or they're using screen time, ideas for what you can do as a family. So these websites are listed here for you to actually be able to craft your own schedule with perhaps some of these things in mind. And please, by no means, don't think that these are the only sites that we have available. Please go onto your computers, go onto Google, look for things that your family may be interested in and use them. This webinar was designed for you to start a conversation in your home, for you to create a way to manage what seems to be unmanageable at times. We are in uncharted territory. We do not know what is going to happen from one day to the next. As adults, that is very difficult. So you can imagine what it would be like for a child. Put the structure in place, create the consistency, make a schedule that works for your family. So that way, no matter what goes on the outside, they have the security of knowing what's going to happen within the walls of their home. And good luck to all of you. If you need anything, please reach out to your EAP and we can assist you. Have a great day, a great summer, and be well.